We got Skynet by the balls now, don't we? Come on, let's book.
Hello, I'm Noir Vortex, aka Chris Godboy is my actual name. I'm going to be talking today about Internet 3.0. So basically a series of writings. I'm going to be talking about some writing I've been doing recently as part of a book I'm writing called Kaos-Net. It's kind of a philosophical work on reality, technology, and kind of trying to generate new paradigms for thinking in the 21st century related to technology and art. So I'm just going to read an extract from that. So it'll probably be quite dry in some respects, but I hope you enjoy. And this is kind of a work in progress. I'm kind of just like testing out reactions to this and what people think. So without further ado, I will read. So this is part of an extract work in progress called, part of the chapter called Looking Over the Horizon, Internet 3.0. Internet 3.0. The internet as experienced today is now a network of information and communication that we all take for granted. An unprecedented technological tool that links us all together, linking together our minds, our ideas and our ideals, as well as the darker sides of human consciousness, namely our anger, aggression, our propensity to manipulation and coercion, and our very human need to subscribe or belong to ideological hive minds that provide easy answers to complex questions. The internet has evolved from being a closed network used by academics and the military to a global network of computers that means all knowledge, opinion, data and thoughts can be accessed at the click of a button and at the speed of a server request. These are revolutionary technological times we live in, and in part, this technological wave and information society wave we now ride in is part due to the openness and adaptation of by all cultures of the internet. The internet has existed in many phases of development so far. Our current phase, Internet 2.0, being a phase that focuses on social dynamics represented in social, big data, as well as marketing, self-expression, and the emergence of an equally inspiring and infuriating cyberculture, as well as an underground culture of hacktivism and activism centered around maintaining our freedoms on the net, as corporations seek to carve out their own forms of ownership of virtual space, pushing their agendas further into the influx cybermind that is the modern internet. I could fill an entire book, or possibly two, with a history of the internet from its conception to the present day, but that is not my aim. My aim now is to present ideas of possible avenues we as a world culture can seek to develop the internet down. Which memes should we develop in our desire to expand knowledge and experience in the coming decades? What is the place the company will have in the marketplace of the cyber future? How will or should we change the notion of the individual? And what does that word individual even mean anymore? All these questions and more I shall examine and expand on in this chapter as I explore what should be Internet 3.0, a marketplace of ideas. I shall start by exploring my ideal of what I believe we should cultivate in any new emerging internet and network of information. To me, the best aspects of the internet have always been the ability to create and quickly share information. A free nature, so one is able to listen to or analyze varying opinions on all the world issues, as well as the ability to discuss and debate these issues with others wishing to share their worldviews. In this sense, the internet has been a great tool for democratization of information, taking power away from the traditional media creators and distributors and placing it back in the hands of the normal people, thus having the effect of taking power away from the old media empires and invisible hands of power that guided our collective stories and ideologies. The democratization of knowledge gives power back to the working people of this world, increases aspiration, and helps us keep speed with the rapidly expanding world of the machine and technology as our tools, yet still speed ahead of us. How can we improve and increment these already powerful forces which have transformed our existing society so markedly over the past 20 years? I think this question relies on several important aspects of internet rights and systems that we must keep in place, as well as improve and build on, as I should explain. Firstly, all cultures should maintain a free internet and a minimum of state interference on internet communications and information exchange. This, of course, does not happen in the global sphere, China and Saudi Arabia being obvious examples. We should not be so smug in the West, where our security agencies no doubt have a high degree of power to prosecute people based on what they think. There is a balancing act, however, and it is necessary to police the darker side of the internet, as with any technology. The main requirement is that the state should not influence how one thinks or seeks to, otherwise the door is open for totalitarianism, and that can only lead to rather nefarious uses of possible future nets. That is, for all its openness and ideals, the internet also has the potential to be used as the greatest mind control tool the world might ever know. And it is our job as the hackers, the artist engineers and the creative minds to make sure this never takes root. The marketplace of ideas then. From the earliest days of the internet, it has existed as a virtual space to discuss, a type of debating forum wherein people would exchange, argue and philosophise. Whether in IRC chat, internet discussion forums, the chaotic world of 4chan, or on the YouTube comments section. People are always willing and eager to argue of their own lofty ideas, relating their own experience and exchanging idea memes to one another in a form of abstract digital currency of the virtual idea. In my view, it is essential that we, as artist engineers, develop new and better tools to facilitate this evolution and revolution of human thought, to bridge the gap between people, culture, beliefs and ideologies, so that people may discuss and learn from one another. If not to agree, then at least to expand the sphere of their knowledge. Some possible ideas we could design and implement using new technology to aid this, I describe below. Virtual reality and augmented reality technologies. Virtual reality as an idea has existed for decades, but it is only now in our present age that the technology and hardware is starting to catch up. The affordability for your ordinary consumer to purchase some form of VR kit is now being realistically possible for most working peoples in the developed world. I'm interested in seeing how this develops, but I think that if VR and AR is done right, it could fundamentally change the way we not only use the internet, but also the way we interface with our machines, primarily creating a much more immersive and much more real and intuitive experience for users. I foresee in the terms of the marketplace of ideas that we could develop technologies that either make us less anonymous, i.e. for example scan of our faces, bodies, hologram representations, or even that this technology makes us more anonymous, increasingly split multiple personality style to a variety of virtual avatars, all representing various aspects of our character and as an exploratory tool for personality and belief. This may indeed have some very interesting implications in itself for discussions that provoke controversy. For example, and it is a strange example I know, in a religious argument between an atheist and a Christian, one can perform an experiment whereby one assumed that personality in line in a simulated environment, i.e. being surrounded by others who validate your beliefs or lack thereof. It will be most interesting to see how this emerging technology affects our sense of self, and whether it may produce fallout with individuals who have a hard time distinguishing reality from fiction. Past experience and knowledge says this should be of little of an issue. After all, it is a small minority of people who are addicted to games, although enough for it to be a detrimental issue for their health. It will be interesting to see how, on the attack, old media responds to this new emerging technology, which may well be the big game changer and the real driving engine of Internet 3.0.